The Skulls and Sickles display at UNM's Zimmerman Library has prints from the Asamblea of Revolutionary Artists of Oaxaca. The artwork was inspired after 2006 when Oaxacan authorities violently put down a protest by Mexican teachers. UNM art curator of Latin American collections, Suzanne Shadle, says the display comes directly from protests in this southern Mexican state.
And this group of artists started by getting out information through graffiti, kind of writing down what was going on in the street, on the sidewalk, and the walls, and so forth. So they really come out of this movement to tell the community about inequities, inconsistencies that are being experienced in their community.
The curator of the Zimmerman exhibit, Megan Giron, says the works displayed are different from others the college community has seen.
When I think of art at UNM, I think of, especially Pope Joy and things like that. We see it sort of celebrating both scholarship and the arts and things like that. Whereas this art is really different because it sort of gives a negative perspective of things that happen in a different country.
Giron says a college campus is an appropriate place to show this art because it pushes students to think in different perspectives.
Here's something that's going on there that artists are doing something to try to change, and it kind of forces us into this place where, what are we doing to change our circumstances?
This art ties into the current exhibit at the National Hispanic Cultural Center, which displays the art of Mexican revolutionists in a display called Getting Up Paul Pueblo. Current employee Jonathan Lujan says the exhibit is different because it displays street art, not the usual art shown at the museum.
For this exhibit was way different than anything the museum's ever done before, particularly because of the subject of the art. There's some pretty graphic subjects as far as, police brutality and immigration and murder. The drug cartels is another one. And then just in the way that we designed it, we wanted to do something that was not the typical art museum things.
Although this is not the typical museum display, the artists are receiving praise for creating quality work.
But those art critics that I have talked to said this is really great work, and it needs to be recognized, not just for its political content, but for being really great work.
The art remains on display at Zimmerman Library and at the National Hispanic Cultural Center until November 2014. This is Anissa Baca reporting.